this, apparently. Okay.
We're good? All right. Welcome, online community. Welcome, local community. So last week we went over the important stories of our history. And this week we'll look at what those indicate about what our values are. Do they align with what we want our values to be? And if not, what do we do about it? It's an important exploration because just floating through life is easy. We handle each next emergency or whatever's screaming the loudest at us, and we just keep chugging along the rails. It's seductive. It's easy. And the world most easily promotes it. Just stay the course, work hard, and that's all it takes. But I think there's more. I think survival is only the base version of living, and we were meant to thrive. I think abundance is possible and perhaps even necessary for a life well lived. I think creativity and surprise and awe and wonder belong in our lives, maybe even at the heart of it. And I think it's rarely found just chugging along and staying the path. At least that's what I'm going with. Of course, the theologian side of me has to bring in the scriptural example. But these issues are all really at the heart of this book and why it makes sense to me. So the Hebrew people were enslaved in Egypt for 400 years, and how they got there is a story for another time. But through all these miracles and people living into their calling, God frees the Hebrews. And they're, of course, all grateful and want to dedicate their lives to God. Because they're human, the minute they begin to get settled and gain some autonomy and power of their own, they quickly forget their values and the God that got them where they are. And it all starts to fall apart. Then they get back on track. They become powerful, forget their values, falls apart. They go through this cycle through the entirety of the Old Testament, over and over. There's so many metaphors here, right? The rise and fall of empires, politicians, even me. As soon as I feel like I've got everything under control, I stop doing the things that helped me feel safe and normal and healthy, and just go on cruise control. And slowly, sometimes quickly, my life doesn't match my core values, and things start to crack and even crumble. This is why we look backward and forward. This is why we look at where we are and make sure we're still on the path that we desire. This is why we stop and ask for directions and listen to our deepest essence. Check in with our Maker and all the rest. We're going to move into a conversation about discovering our own core values, and I will let our online community know that I have borrowed from Scott Jeffrey, and you can look him up online to do some of these exercises yourself. Thanks for joining us.